Hey, welcome back to Lenfant's Cocktails. Tonight we're going to go back to the classics and we're going to make a Corpse Reviver number 2. This was made by Harry Craddock and published in the Savoy Cocktail Book in the 1930s, and it's been a classic cocktail kind of ever since it was brought back from the dead. It kind of died off with Prohibition and then came back to life with the cocktail renaissance in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's a pretty tasty cocktail and I'm pretty excited to make it because finally, after years of searching, I've found some Coqui Americano. Because while the original recipe calls for Quina Lillet, that's not made anymore, and Lillet Blanc is not quite the same, and a lot of online sources say that the Coqui Americano is a great alternative to that, so I'm gonna go with that because I'm excited to finally have it. This is an equal parts cocktail. It has lemon juice, gin, Cointreau, Coqui Americano, a dash of absinthe. For tonight's cocktail, we're going to use Hendrick's Neptunia for our gin. It's a very citrus-forward gin and honestly one of my favorites next to Plymouth. We're going to use Coqui Americano instead of that Quina Lillet, which is no longer made. Cointreau, we're going to use a little bit of absinthe and then some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Because we have lemon juice, this is a shaken cocktail, but it's really easy because it's all equal parts. Let's go ahead and shake it up. First ingredient, we're going to do about 3 drops of our absinthe, maybe 4, basically a dash. Do 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of our gin, 3/4 of an ounce of our Coqui Americano, and finally 3/4 of an ounce of our Cointreau. And we'll drop in our ice. Now we're going to give this a good hard shake for about 10-15 seconds. Go ahead and double strain that to our chilled coupe. Zest some lemon over the top, garnish with a twist. And now for the tasting. So before I get started, this is the first time I've tried it with a Coqui Americano. I've had it with Lillet Blanc in the past, and let me just say, I do think this is a lot better. I'm not sure exactly what to pin it on, but the mixture of this Neptunia gin, that Coqui Americano, that fresh lemon juice and Cointreau for me today is really working out well. I can definitely taste right away the botanicals of the gin, and honestly that Cointreau gets a little bit lost. To me this tastes a little bit like a sour version of a martini with Coqui Americano and gin, because you have that fresh lemon over top, which brings a lot of citrus brightness to it. You have the gin and the Coqui Americano as an aperitif, which is kind of like a martini in a lot of ways. That Cointreau is just not coming through like I thought it would. Given that it's all equal parts, I kind of thought each thing would have its own little place to shine in the drink. But even on a second sip, I'm not getting too much Cointreau, so I sort of wonder if I change that out to something like a Grand Marnier. If that would make it more appealing to me personally, but then I'd be leaving the Corpse Reviver number 2 because you don't really want a Curacao, you want that dry triple sec in this drink. Overall, I think it's pretty tasty. I can definitely see why it's been around for so long and remained popular because it is very nice and refreshing. And the original recipe in the Savoy Cocktail Book says, drink 4 and come back from the dead, but I would not want to drink 4 of these, honestly. That's just too much. 4 some other cocktail is still too much. Probably 1 cocktail, one of these cocktails. More of other cocktails for sure. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and cheers. See you next time.